He's got a fairly new company and he's got a few products that he's sort of mentioned to me. He was trying to negotiate into part of this, and I just thought, are you here for me? Or are you here to
Oh, that's pretty heavy to say.
If you've been here for a while, you know that I try not to say anything negative about these people from the shows that I watched. But I think Cara is a bit... I don't want to say she's attention-seeking, but I hate the way she's coming across. She's coming across as a bit whiny, and the things that she's bringing up are things that she could have brought up in a couple. But anyway, I digress. Hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's your girl Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Married at First Sight New Zealand, Season 4, Episode 5. When it comes to couple meetup on Married at First Sight, I'm a bit conflicted because you see what happened in the US on Married at First Sight when the couples sort of concocted their own storylines and the mess that became. And then also on Australia version, it is helpful because it allows the experts to sort of pick up on any issues that might be happening between the couples. So I'm a bit conflicted, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. Anyway, all the couples are enjoying their honeymoon, and then they receive a message to say that they will be meeting up for drinks. And everyone is sort of trying to suss out who's been matched with whom, because obviously the guys know who all the guys are and the girls know who the girls are. So everyone is sort of wanting to sort of see who has been matched with whom. And you have Piripi sort of coming up with this idea that maybe Michael has been matched with Madeline, and it's like it would have made sense. That's what I personally thought, but the producers, I guess, had other thoughts in mind, and they decided, or the experts had other thoughts. They wanted drama, so that's why they matched the couples the way they were. I didn't really notice that during the sort of the stag do that Nathaniel was very excited about getting married. I'm actually surprised when Piripi says it. So I can't wait to hear what he says to the guys, because he wants to have a conversation with the guys and sort of see where everybody is, and sort of Nathaniel wants to meet up with the guys, have a conversation and see where everybody is. And I think he wants advice as well on how to deal with his relationship, because he seems to be out in over his head with Maddie, because she is always giggly and he doesn't quite understand. I personally don't understand whether she likes him or not. So I would get, if he were confused, why he is confused. So I can't wait to see what happens with that pairing. So you have Piripi and, Steph getting dressed, and they're actually matching. They align on a lot of things. It's just a pity that Steph can't sort of loosen up a bit. Whereas you have, Cara trying to compete with Michael, and it's like, that's not it. That's not it. It's either you sort of work as a team instead of trying to say, oh, I don't want him to outshine me, because he is going to outshine you because he is Michael and he's over the top. I like the chemistry. Between Sam and James. They really seem aligned. They're so peaceful. They enjoyed their sunbathing. They were just there. They're just cuddly. They seem to be the couple that has a higher percentage of working. The other couples that have a lot of work to do, but it seems James and Sam are in a little world of their own, and they're happy to be paired together. I don't know what will happen with those two. And so Nathaniel and Madeline, oh God, I can't wait for everyone to meet them and see what mess they're working with. Let the drama begin, because once people start arriving, you can see that everyone is trying to put on a united front. They're trying to pretend like they're happy, but others are not really. They can't, put any lipstick on that pig and make it look like a model. So you have, people start talking, and so they split into girls and guys groups, and everyone can see that Sam and James are very happy. They're in a very good place. Yes, they've only been married for like 12 hours, but they seem to be very happy with the person that they've been matched with, which is always amazing on these dating shows. As long as you like the person you've been matched with, a lot of people put a lot of emphasis on physical chemistry, and Sam needs time to grow. Not everyone is going to get that initial spark. Anyway, you have James and Sam speaking very highly about each other, sort of the fact that she has a child. And James is sort of trying to get advice from the guys in regards how does he sort of maneuver that, him possibly stepping into the role of a stepdad. And I like Piripi said, I've had terrible stepdads, so just don't be a terrible stepdad. And it's like, yeah, but he's asking for what makes a good stepdad is more or less his question. So give him that advice, and hopefully he won't be a crappy stepdad. You have, Sam sort of happy because he already told everyone, and he was very proud of Sam that, she had conquered her fear of the ocean and everybody cheered for her. So you have Sam sort of explaining that, he's very strong. She wanted a strong man and he was able to lift her into the ocean. He's a teacher, so he's going to be good with kids. And so they seem in a very good place. I'm a bit surprised with Maddie and Nathaniel, because Maddie hints at the fact that Nathaniel is not her type, but I like the fact that she's still staying positive and saying that even though he's not my type, I'm willing to give it a shot. We'll either leave the experiment as friends or we'll leave as a happily married couple. And I like the fact that Piripi spoke positivity into them as a couple and said, they have a strong chance of actually making it as a successful couple as long as they continue to put the work, which is what I always recommend for anyone on these dating shows, especially on the marriage shows, that you need to be willing to do the work. You need to be willing to fight for your relationship to give it a chance to succeed. You have, Piripi is struggling because he's younger, I've said it before, than Steph. And Steph is saying that he's not as exposed to the world as she has. And so that's going to be a struggle for her because she doesn't want someone she's going to teach. And it's like, yeah, but what do you want? Do you want someone who's been exposed to the world and is likely to be a problem? Or do you want someone that you can sort of mold into what you want in a husband? Make it make sense. It's either you've got someone who's overexposed and who you're not going to trust because of their overexposure, or you're going to get someone with no exposure that you will have to introduce. Make it make sense. Otherwise, they seem to be in a good place. I like the fact that Michael was saying, the two of you were matching your clothing and stuff. And it was cute. They really looked cute in their clothes. So I loved that for them. And then drama starts because then comes Michael and Cara, because Cara is then saying to the girls, well, Michael is she's more or less trying to say he's too hype, because she does imply that he's not her type, and she's really trying. And it's like, yeah, you're trying. Are you really trying, or are you just wanting to go through the motions and make sure that you don't get a negative edit? Because I personally don't quite see what her problem with this man is. I really am trying my best to see what the problem is, and I can't sort of put my finger on it. So I hope, if nothing else, she gives him a chance and they see if they can make it work. Obviously, he has a child. He hasn't said he's got a child, and I didn't know he had a child. Apparently, he's got a child. So it will be interesting to see how Cara takes that once she finds out that he does have a child. I don't want to say someone is attention seeking, because I try not to say anything that I wouldn't want somebody to say about me. But for me, Cara is coming across as a bit of attention seeking. Okay, I know there's issues with Michael. I know Michael is a big character. Normally people say I'm a big character, but this is a bit too much. He's a bit extra. And so I can see where she might be overshadowed by him. I get that, but at the same time, I don't think she needed to make such a big deal about it. I know the producers must have asked Steph to go and have a conversation with her aside, but for her to then pull Michael aside and start counting the things that she's not aligned with, or the things that she doesn't like about him, I think was a bit too much. That's just my opinion. I feel it was a bit too much. She didn't need to say all that. For her to tell him that, I feel overshadowed by you, you're not my type. And it's like, you keep saying he's not your type. Tell him what your type is. Tell him what about him is not clicking with you. Is it the beard? Is it the fact that he's holding onto his tiny little hair? Is it the fact that he's got this whatever, the way he dresses? Tell him so that he knows, instead of being very vague in regards what it is about him you don't like. And then she says, I think you're here to promote your business. Well, he said that right on wedding day, and that was a problem. When he told you he was trying to get a spot for his products in the show, why didn't you bring it up then? Why didn't you question it? Why did you have to wait until you were at the pool party with the other couples to bring it up? I don't get it. Or why didn't you discuss it with the producers? It does sound dodgy. it does sound dodgy. Him saying, I want his products to be placed in the show. Yeah, that sounds extra dodgy because they get paid a lot of money for products to be advertised on the show. So they can't sort of suddenly, after he signed the contracts, renegotiate his contract. It's too late. He should have negotiated right at the jump before he signed up to be on the show. And so I don't know whether his goal was to be on the show first and then promote his products. He's already spoken about his supplements. I personally think he didn't need to actually talk about his once he dropped them the ones, he didn't need to bring them up, because once he leaves the show he'll have a following. He could have easily gone and used that to sort of build his brand. And so I think she railroaded him. Was she right to bring it up? Yes, but I think the delivery wasn't the best. And I'm surprised he didn't lash out. I think he took a couple of moments, went and did some deep breathing, some USA, and then came back. And sadly, when he came back, she was busy telling the whole group, the husbands and the wives, what had happened and the conversation that had transpired. And it's like, this is a bit too much. This is too much. You should have waited for him to come back, and then the two of you should have sat down with the other couples and said, we had a conversation, this is our issue. Or you should have just kept it to the two of you, because now everyone was uncomfortable when Michael returned, because she was still in the middle of this conversation. Everyone could see the red flags, but they didn't know what to do. And for Michael to say his character is attacked, I get how you'd feel like that because of the way she confronted him, but the way he's gone about with these products and sort of trying to sort of name drop them in the show is where the problem lies. That's where the problem lies. I feel like on day one, he should have told his bride that this is the situation, because now that's going to be the storyline for the rest of the season. Do I see them lasting till the very end? I don't know. I don't think so. If they do, it's because the producers have decided to keep Michael for the drama because he's got big character energy. So they might decide to keep him on for that. But I don't think that relationship can be saved. I don't think it can be saved at all, because I think it's gone past a point whereby there's now lack of trust, and there's now issues with somebody feeling like their image has been tarnished or has been questioned, and their reputation is in jeopardy. So I don't know. We'll see how it plays out, but hey, it is what it is. Thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 4. Bye guys.